All right, 7th graders. In lesson 6.2, we're going to talk about what are called proportions. Proportions are equal fractions. Proportions are like 1/4 equals 2/8. So we've been working with proportions, and you didn't even know it. When you were finding equal fractions or equal amounts, you were finding a proportion. You know that it's an equal proportion because an equal proportion has cross products that are equal. Here's what I mean by cross products. If we multiply diagonally across, you get the same answer. 1 times 8 is 8. 4 times 2 is 8. Right? Are you with me on this so far?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, good. Now, you can use this concept then, if you know what a rate is. We've been talking about rates and unit rates. A ratio of an amount to another amount, or an amount over time, for example. You can use this concept of proportions to find the missing amount. Okay? For example, if you can bake 15 cookies in 8 minutes, let's say you're baking for a bake sale, and you know you can bake cookies at a rate of 15 in 8 minutes. How long will it take you to bake 200 cookies? That's a very simple problem when you set it up correctly. Let me rewrite it for you so that you can follow along here. The key concept is to put the same labels on the same line. So make sure you star that in your notes. When you're setting up a proportion, you write these numbers as a fraction, like this, but you label the numbers. What are we looking for? Are we looking for the amount of cookies or the amount of time? The amount of time it takes. So, you can set it up like this. 15, whoops, I need a pen. 15 cookies over 8 minutes, or 15 cookies in 8 minutes, equals 200 cookies in, what would we use for time? Use a variable, right? In m minutes. 15 cookies in 8 minutes will equal 200 cookies. And notice if we label this 200, it would also be 200 cookies in m minutes. The minutes are right across from each other, and the cookies are right across from each other. That's how you'll know where to put the numbers. Then how do we find the answer? You multiply across, because we know that these two products, the product of 15 and m, what's 15 times m? 15m. So we know then that 15m equals, what's 8 times 200? What is it? 8 times 2 is 16.
Wow.
And
I'm really disappointed in society.
all right, 1,600, right? 800, or 8 times 2 is 16, so 8 times 200 is 1,600. Okay? Now, how do we solve for m? How do we find how many minutes then? We use algebra. Algebra skill. Divide both sides by 15. 15 over 15, you can cross those out. And m equals what? What's 1,600 divided by 15? Don't guess, figure it out.
It's 106.
106.
So that's, yep, 106 and 2/3.
Yeah.
Good. So 106 and 2/3 minutes. Right? How many hours and minutes is that?
A couple. Yeah.
What would we do? Divide it by
60.
60 to figure out hours and minutes, right?
Okay.
Okay.
What hour?
Let's go on. The procedure then is to cross multiply and then divide to solve for the variable.
Oh.
Okay? Let's look at, okay, quiet please. Let's look at this example. In your book on page 300. This is one from your assignment. In this one, we're just using numbers. Z over 42 equals 25 over 70. We've got the proportions set up. What should we multiply, Joey? Yeah. 25 times 42. What is that? Get out your calculators, do this with me. 1,050 equals, and notice we're going to put the equal sign down here. Equals what? Dylan?
70Z.
70 Z. Divide by 70 to solve for Z. Cross out the 70s. And Z equals what? Put it in your calculator. 15. Yep. How about number 21? You can make 18 copies for $1.08. How many, or how much will it cost to make 40 copies? Where should we put 40 copies? Where should we put the 40? Noah? On the bottom? But shouldn't we keep the labels on the same level? On the top, right. So the missing amount here, the cost, was on the bottom because the dollars are on the bottom. The number of copies is given to us, and we put that on the top. And then cross multiply and solve for C.
Yeah.
Right? Any questions? Just remember, class, when you're setting up the proportion, put the same labels on the same level. Okay?
Really confusing.